Alrighty, I am getting ready to try my very first lean and green. Not that I've eaten, but very first one that I'm doing in this format. So I am going to make a shrimp and cauliflower grits recipe. That sounds super delicious on the recipe, so I will keep you posted on how it turns out. So I'm gonna actually double this recipe because it calls for just 1 pound of shrimp, but I went to Sam's Club like I always do because I love Sam's Club, and it was a big tray of 2 pounds of shrimp that are cut, deveined, and they're actually cooked. So it calls for us to cook the shrimp, which we don't have to do. So basically we are going to add some Cajun seasoning. And again, I'm doubling my recipe. So this is 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. And I am going to just mix it up in the bowl. I've got my pans heating up in the back behind me with some cooking spray. And I'm just going to mix this up very well and then warm them up in the pan and add the remaining ingredients. So I've got another pan warming up for the grits, and the grits that we're going to use is rice cauliflower. I bought the frozen variety. So I've got this warming up. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to that skillet. And what else? What else are we putting in there? And that's it. So it's the 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna let that melt for a minute before I put the cauliflower rice in. So while we've got the shrimp warming up, we're gonna add some lemon juice and some chicken broth to that. So now that my butter is pretty well melted over there, I'm gonna go ahead and add my rice cauliflower. Again, I use the frozen variety, and I measured it out based on the per serving measure. So I still will, before I serve it to my husband and I, because we're both on program, I will measure it out for us prior to eating. So we're going to let that cook a bit. All right, since I didn't use uncooked shrimp, I used pre-cooked shrimp, I'm not gonna wait that long. So with the shrimp, we're then going to add some lemon juice. So this is 2 tablespoons, again, doubled the recipe. So I'm gonna add some lemon juice there, and then some chicken broth. So the chicken broth is a 1/2 cup, again, doubled. And we're gonna let that simmer for about 1 minute. Give it a quick stir. And let it keep on cooking. All right, now that I've let that cook for a little while, I've basically let the cauliflower cook for about 5 minutes. And so now I'm going to add some salt and my cashew milk. So again, I keep saying I doubled the recipe, but just so you know. So I put a cup of the cashew milk. I'm getting ready to pour that in. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt after a doubled recipe. So I pour that in the cauliflower rice. And then I need to let that cook for about another 5 minutes. And I have to tell you, if you could smell the shrimp with the Cajun seasoning right now, it is so delicious. Smell it. Anyway, so I'm gonna let this cook for about another 5 minutes. And then I will add the sour cream and the reduced fat cheddar cheese. So back in a moment. All right, the last ingredients to add to our riced cauliflower and milk mixture for our grits is going to be sour cream. And so this is gonna be 4 tablespoons of sour cream, which is really, again, this was a doubled recipe. So if you were just making a single recipe, it's 2. So this is 4. And then 2/3 cup of reduced fat cheddar cheese. Again, it's doubled recipe. We're gonna mix that up together. And we're gonna let that get beautifully melted. And then I think I'm gonna plate it up. And I'll show you back in a second. Okay, final product. So if you can see, we've got 2 servings of the grits, cauliflower, rice cauliflower, 7 ounces of the shrimp with some Cajun seasoning. And then we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of chives. Wendy Smith, I hope you're proud of me. You know, these come from my AeroGarden. And I hope this whole experience, you know that you inspired me. So anyway, I am actually not gonna eat this because I'm saving it for tomorrow when my husband gets home. So I hope you try it because I know you're gonna think it's delicious. Okay, I lied. I said I wasn't gonna eat it, but I am because I just have to know if it's very good or not. Oh my gosh, you guys. Lean and Green, plan approved, program, delicious.